In this video, I'm going to teach you two things. Number one is why it's important to offer a maintenance program to your customers. So this is when you go out to them on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis to maintain and detail their vehicles. It'll be a basic wash and interior cleaning, very basic work to maintain their vehicles, but why you should be offering a maintenance program. And then number two is how to properly upsell or sell in general to your customers on your maintenance program. Now, personally, I actually stood away from offering maintenance programs just because I was either being ignorant or dumb or foolish or too prideful, where I just wanted to be called out for the more high-level services, for the real thorough interior cleaning, for the paint correction, for the engine cleanings, for the headlight restorations, basic work just to go out and wash someone's car or to vacuum the interior of the car wasn't really worthwhile, because again, I wanted to go for the more skilled level services, and just to be called out for a few 20, 40, 50 bucks wasn't the most ideal thing for me. So for the longest, I stood away from offering any type of maintenance program, even though I had customers requesting it from me. If you want to skip this video and get something a bit more thorough, this ebook I created has a lot more examples, what you can charge, how long. It just gives you a lot more information instead of this video, because this video is a more condensed version. So check this out in the description box below. Now, the obvious reason on why you should offer maintenance programs is, number one, it's very easy to perform. It doesn't take much work. It doesn't take much equipment or gear. You just need to have very basic skill levels to perform that type of service. So you don't need to go out and get trained at a facility, or you don't need to wait months and months to develop your skills. It's a very basic detail you can perform, and it doesn't take too much to learn or to execute on whatever car you're servicing. So it's a lot of, you can generate a lot more monthly revenue by offering a maintenance program. And one thing you really need to keep in mind, which kept me away from really offering maintenance programs, is that it's not just a one-off sale. So it's not, you don't need to think about it as, I don't want to go out and wash that person's car, or do the interior, because it's only going to be for $25, for $35, however much you charge. What you have to look at it is the average ticket sale amongst all maintenance services that you currently have on whatever schedule, whether it's monthly or bi-weekly. And what I mean by that is, if you're charging, let's say, $50 for a truck, and that's for inside and out. It's a wash and a basic interior cleaning. And you just look at it as that one car, that one sell, then it's not the ideal way to look at it, because since it's such a basic program and because it's such basic work, you need to look at it holistically, with all the services, with all the cars that you're servicing, and the total amount that you're making divided by how many hours it took you to complete those services. Again, this is the condensed version. You have a much more thorough explanation here in this little ebook. And what I mean by that is simply, some cars are going to be charged less, it's going to take you less time. Some cars are going to be charged, they'll take you more time. So once you average out everything out, and you add the total monthly revenue divided by how long it's taking you in total, then you'll see how much you're making per hour. So it's not that you're saying, you're only making $25 per car and it's taking you, an hour. You're gonna have to you can average out how much you're making on the high end, how much you're making on the low end, add that all together, average it out, and then you're gonna be saying, okay, look, I'm actually, instead of charging $25 per car and that's all I'm making, I'm actually making around $30, $40, $50 an hour, based on all the services all the maintenance program services that I'm offering, and the cars that I'm servicing at the different times it takes me to complete those cars. Now, you don't need to overcomplicate this. You can offer the same services. The only thing that's going to change is the amount you're charging per the vehicle you're going to service. So as I mentioned, if you're servicing a smaller car, a sedan or a coupe, it's going to be much less than if you're servicing a truck or a large truck or SUV. So there will be different price points, and it'll take you different times to complete those vehicles. But the service that you offer can essentially be the exact same thing, which is a wash, cleaning the wheels, tires, fenders, door jambs, the gas cap. It's dressing the tires, a thorough vacuum, wiping down the interior door panels, cleaning the glass and windows, and you're set to go. The next thing is, how do you actually upsell to your customer? What do you do? What do you say? What do you give them? So step number one is, you want to actually create a physical paper of something to give to the customer, so they can clearly see what's included in these programs. Again, with that download below, I give you copy and paste templates and wording and everything to just copy and paste into your own, so use that. But that's what you do, because you actually want to give them something so they can physically look at and see what's included, what are the details. And don't go overboard with this paper. Don't put 1,000 words on a sheet of paper. Keep it very simple, make it look very neat. Don't go over top with words because it's not necessary. Step number 2 is, like I said, you're gonna print it and laminate it. That way you don't have to keep on printing over and over. You're gonna give them the piece of paper that's laminated with your services, and then you're gonna get it back from them at the end of the day. If they wanna keep it, then by all means offer it. It doesn't cost you much. But for the most part, it's gonna stay nice and it's gonna stay nice and organized, and it's not gonna get crumbled up. It's not gonna look messy. It's gonna look very professional. So you don't need to go crazy with the design. Just print it on basic white and black sheet of paper and then laminate it. That'll add a level of professionalism. If you want to add a logo, make it look a little bit more prettier, by all means. But just print it and laminate it. That's key. Moving on to step number 3 is, when do you offer the maintenance program? How do you say it? When do you say it? So you want to offer the program after every detail you perform, regardless of what that detail is. Regardless if it was a $15 detail, a $100 detail, or a $1,000 detail, you always want to offer that maintenance program. Now, what do you say? How do you say it? I have a word-for-word tip you can use from that download below, but it's very basic. You don't need to go over the top. You just need to keep a friendly attitude. Don't get super scared because you're going to sell them something or you're going to offer them something. There's nothing wrong about it. They most likely want to hear the other services you have that can make their life easier. And if that's, maintenance program that you'll come out to them, or if they come out to you, it'll be a quick service, it'll keep their car looking great, then they'll be more than happy to hear about it. Here's a script I have provided in the ebook. By the way, John, or whatever the customer's name is, we didn't do this at first, but since so many customers have requested it, we now offer a maintenance program where we come out and clean your car once a month or every other week, however they want it. Here is a basic layout of our services. You hand them your laminated sheet of paper with your services and prices. Is this something you might be interested in? And then you'll engage in conversation with the customer and work out whatever details they need. And that includes this video on how and why to upsell your maintenance programs to your customers. Again, a much more thorough version is on this ebook here. To download it, it's a quick 15-minute read. Doesn't take too much time, but there's a lot more examples and scripts and templates you can use in that ebook that I didn't really say out here because it just makes the video way too long. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below some feedback on what you do to upsell or just to sell your services in general. What you say, how you say it, your price points. Just help other people out that are looking to grow their business. So leave those comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.